No. Okay, maybe this will work. Sorry. Let's see if we're on the right one now. Yes. Sorry, I was late. Let's see, make sure we get, that's there. Why don't I see the comments? I must, I must screwed up on a, I don't see why the chat's not here. So I did something wrong. Live chat has turned off on this video. Oh, so how do I turn it on this video? Settings, permissions, chat, upload default, general, close, permission. Oh, stupid guy. Customization, maybe that's it. Yeah, live chat, okay. Save. Okay, I think we may be saved by the chat now, are we? Yes, okay. So we finally got the chat going. Chat. What's all the chat about? Oh, I forgot my printout. Hold on, be right back. There you are. You're still here. Oh, thank you for putting up with it. And for members, Let's Go Help members, I'm sorry about, I'm not live on Let's Go Help because we ran out of the live stream time. They only allowed 50 hours, and we apparently reached that already this month. So we're figuring out how to extend that. So it should be another day or so, and we'll be back live there too. So that's the important thing. Members, paying members, more important than others, but we want to educate everybody, and that's why. But without membership, then we can't stay and educate everybody because we have to eat, and that's the important part. Now, what happened here? Live chat relay is on. Messages that appeared when the stream was live will show up here. Well, I see it on my phone, but not on my replay on my computer. Well, I guess. Okay. Well, live and learn. All the time you do something new, it's not bad. And look at my halo's gone. No wonder things aren't working. The halo's not on. Okay. Now we got everything working, right? No halo, no sound, no nothing. Okay, well, I want to cover some grants today. And these are all new as of today. I mean, that's and really to try to teach people that this is a moving target. You know, there's not, there's a government grant and I'll play. I mean, there's some like that, but most of them that you need now are going to be not the ones that have been here for 50 years, the ones that are coming and going quickly, because what happens is elected officials worry about getting elected again. So they go out and they see a problem and it doesn't work. Oh, this is a few-year channel. Maybe because I didn't have my channel. Well, I see it on the phone, so I know there. Oh, okay, now we got it. And so the elected officials see a problem, a housing problem, a rental problem, getting jobs problem, a debt problem, all that. So they're trying to, their job is to think of laws to solve these problems for people, okay? And if they do that well, they get reelected. If they don't, then they don't get reelected. So that's why these problems come up quickly. But now our whole country is in, it's sort of a mess. I guess the whole world is. And I don't know if you realize this. You look at the data around the world, every other country, man, we're doing better than any other country in the world. It feels like shit because we're in it, but it's less shit than everywhere else. I mean, the biggest countries that we used to follow, look, China's in so much financial trouble. Germany was with the epitome of a great economy is in trouble. I think England is going to float away. They're so badly off. Man. So even though it's bad off here, man, relatively speaking, I don't know where you want to move to. Anyway, and then where else could a guy walk around in a question mark suit and not get thrown in jail? That's I'm worried about more and more. Anyway, okay, here's some new programs. Okay, my list of new programs, and I have them in the description below. I have to wait until the video is over so I could put them in there. And of course, this video will be, we'll give a link to it for members. But tell your members that we're here today. I hope not tomorrow. I hope we get fix this thing by tomorrow. But we had a wonderful day yesterday of people applying for our rent grants. And I want to thank everybody who applied. It was fantastic, and it's such a joy to give out money to people. I mean, that is the main reason I'm alive today, I feel, is that all I want to do now, if I found this little thing, not only to keep me busy, which is very important, because I feel if you're not busy doing something, particularly for others, you get up here and the world looks bad because bad shit happens to you. So you have to keep occupied on something good. So helping you keeps my mind occupied on trying to do something good in life, and that keeps me away from thinking about all the problems. So I thank every member for this, and everybody watching on YouTube. I mean, and I just, and it's also a part, I want to grow my heart. That's the last thing I have to get stronger. I can't get I go to weight gyms now for the first time in my life. I walk, 5-6 miles a day. I've been doing that for 40 or 50 years. But all that is getting slower, and even my brain is getting slower. But my heart, I feel, is getting bigger. And that's what I want to do, because that's the most rewarding thing that I could do now, is grow my heart. Okay, now first of all, Bident has a new program. They're going to forgive $12,000 of your student loan. Okay, there's a lot of little complications in it and things like that. But that is just started today, $12,000. If you had it and the longer you have something, they're only doing $12,000. But if you have more than $12,000, if you pay another year, then you could start getting another $1,000. I know it's complicated. I'm running so fast the past 2 days because of our rent grants that we give out and helping people with that I don't have time to really sit and digest a lot of things, but I want to tell you about the new stuff. And so that Bident thing is very important. If you have a student loan, you got to go to studentaid.gov. Go to studentaid.gov, find out about the new student loan forgiveness. 4 million people are going to get forgiven, and it's old-time student loan. People have been paying for student loans into their 70s, so if you've been paying for a while, you get up $12,000 forgiven. And actually, that's the amount of the initial student loan. So that's it. But there's another program you want to try to. It's called a zero payment program. So you could get your monthly payments down to zero and eventually get that dismissed forever, forgiven forever. So you want to look at those two programs. The first one about the $12,000 forgiveness program, and the second one is about the zero payment program. There's other forgiveness programs. You want to go into studentaid.gov and look at all the other programs that for forgiveness. Don't react to somebody who contacts you on the internet. All they're going to do is make money off of you, when all the programs that really going to save you money, forgive you money, are run by the government. It's stupid to pay somebody in the middle, unless you really have money to throw away. God bless you if you do. But I know most of folks that are here are not in that category. Even if you are, they seem sometimes the more stingy people. So you got $12,000 forgiven in student loans there. Okay. Now there's another neat Biden program in the Inflation Reduction Act, and it's for businesses in small towns. So it's a rural, and they're doing two things. They're giving money for you to learn about it, and then money for you to apply to. In other words, they have grants that will help you apply for grants. Is basically what it is. And you could be a farmer, you could be a rancher, or a small business out in the hinterland. And you could be maybe you're growing weed or whatever, or a backyard garden. You're a rancher, you're a gardener. Food, and it's all about efficiency and things, so they have grants for that. And these are big-time grants. I mean, you could probably get 50 to 100 grand on these kinds of things. Okay, how do you find those where you are? And then that's the key. Now, if you're not, and this is a national program. Okay, the other one about student loans is a national program. So those you have to look into for sure. A lot of the other ones I'm going to tell you about are local programs, but they show you the kinds of things that in your area, but they just have one started. Maybe it started last month, last year, or whatever, is the kinds of things to look for. And that's important for you to learn what the landscape looks like. So you can't go out there and say, well, I think the government should have X, Y, Z to solve my problem. No, the government doesn't work just for you to solve a problem. The government sees a big problem and they put up a lot of programs. You have to fit yourself into that program. So what you have to do is find out what's out there and how to shoehorn yourself into that program. That's what it's about, and that's what all of life is about. You can't go out and say, well, they don't have a program for me. No, because it's not only for you, it's for other people. So you have to find out the programs that are out there. It's sort of your perfect job. No, you're not getting your perfect job, right? You're going out there, see what jobs are available and trying to get yourself into that. And that's the closest you're going to get. So don't look for perfection, because none of us are perfect. I prove that every day. Okay, and here's how to go. Your local office. You want to find your local rural development office from USDA, U.S. Department of Agriculture. And you want to go to, I have the link in the description below it's really rd.usda.gov, and then you want to look for local state offices. You call them and say, hey, I hear about this new program, okay, that Inflation Reduction Act program. Can you tell me a little about it? Who do I talk to? Things like that, and how it may be something I could use, okay? That's what you do. Foreigner can apply. Yeah, it depends. I mean, if you're a foreigner and have a farm, you could apply. Every program is different. You could say anything about a program. It's not for foreigners. It is for foreigners. You have to be tall. You have to be short. You have to be rich. You have to be poor. That's true. All those answers to all those questions are true. Just different programs. So your job is to find what programs fit for your area of interest, the problem you're trying to solve, and see how you could shoehorn yourself into those things. Okay. Okay, here's another thing. People, the local officials for SNAP, the Food Assistance Program, they're getting delays, and they're getting wrong amounts sent over. They're getting people that are kicked off the payrolls by accident. All this kind of stuff's going on, and that's just overwhelming of stuff like that. So what do you do? And I see a link of a sample like this, what's happening now, and I think it's in Kansas somewhere or whatever. And first of all, if you have trouble with your benefits like that, you call the office giving out the benefits to see if they have a system. They all have a system, and a system of complaints too. So, if you go to the front line and they don't solve your problem, that office will have a back door to handle complaints that the front door can't handle. So you want to know that back door. And you as a a person living here have access to everything the government has. Sometimes they'll put up a little barrier or two, but you have legitimate right to have access. So you ask for it, okay? And that's why, because they're not going to tell you, oh yeah, we fucked up so bad, we're calling people how we screwed up. No, I mean, they may be. A lot of people do that. I see the Department of Education is doing that right now. But the other thing you do is, if you go to the front door of who's giving out the money, you go to the back door, which is where to go to a higher authority to complain and get satisfaction, and that doesn't work, then your third option is your elected official. Okay, now these are the best, because the elected officials are the only people that have power over the bureaucrats, okay? You look like you want to read me a story. Read you a story? I can't find links to half the grants to apply. Well, Claire, I don't know what you're looking for, but there's links to everything. It's not easily. I mean, if you're looking for Google, that's probably your biggest problem. Do not use Google to find a grant. Okay, let's go back to where are we? The SNAP. Okay, the elected official, they have power because they vote for the salaries of the bureaucrats. So the bureaucrats want to make the elected officials happy. I'm 80. And that's what's important. So they have power. See, everybody doesn't want to have their budget cut. So if they piss off enough congressmen or senators, then they say, oh, we're not giving that agency any more money. So that's why they have special offices just to handle the problems of elected officials, whether you're a senator or a congressman or even a state representative. That's all. It's special hotline. They get in the back door, the back door. Yeah. And that's why you have to call them, because then they have power to help you. And if this elected official, a congressman or senator, gets you that extra $5,000 or whatever, you're going to vote for that son of a bitch no matter what they do. This is how they stay in power. I mean, the Congress is like 95% re-election rate. They have to leave themselves. Very few get voted out because they got the power. They got power to people to help people and do them a favor, and then they get voted for. Okay. Here's an interesting story, and look at this, because it tells you about higher education, that people are getting a lot of higher education, and they're still in poverty. That's right. Higher education, getting certificates, getting degrees, still in poverty, okay? So the Department of Education is compiling data on those schools that keep you in poverty after you spend all this money. See, what their game is, the schools, is they know you could get government money, a loan or some grant money. You give it to them, they get your money, and you get stuck with still in poverty, because they're program or whatever, 1,000 reasons why it's shitty. So you have to be careful with that. And people who are lower income are more vulnerable to the salesman of for-profit. And it looks like the biggest responsibility of this is for-profit universities and training schools. Okay, so if they're for-profit, they're the ones that are scamming people. I'm sure there's good ones too. I mean, that always happens. But most of the bad, where people are still in poverty, it's like 90% come from a for-profit university or training center. So you don't want to go. That's why. And the link to this article is there. It's a Forbes article, so it's pretty good. You want to go to careeronestop.org. You go to careeronestop.org and make an appointment with somebody, okay? You want to talk to somebody. That's what you want to do. Even if you have to show up in their office or whatever, find out where their location is. It's all public information. Show up, hey, who can I talk to, or how can I get an appointment? The more you get belly to belly with somebody, the better. The other one for local training is that's free or next to nothing, is your local community college. So you have two of those, careeronestop.org, local community college, and they're all getting tons of money to train you for free. And also, there's a lot of programs with living expenses and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it's remarkable. And then the third place is if you go to Find Help, FINDHELP, and you look for job training, okay? Then there's nonprofit organizations that do this, and there are a lot of very successful ones, a lot of IT and stuff like that, they train you for free for 6 months, and you get a job at $40,000-$50,000 with no degree, you know? And that's the kind of stuff that's out there, not the ones that keep you in poverty. And you're talking to salesmen. And see, the for-profit universities spend all their money on sales. That's why they advertise so much and everything. They try to get you in the door, make a lot of promises, and then, just stay away from all. Okay, this is an interesting thing I think that's coming around more and more. I think I talked about this a couple days ago too, is about using medicine food as medicine, okay? So in other words, see, and actually, I know what I talked about. It was not food as medicine, but rent as medicine. So if you don't have a place to live, you're going to be sicker and have a lot more healthcare bills. If you don't have enough food, you get sicker. They say 45% of the people who are food, deprived, have higher bills, or their bills are 45% more, something like that. But there's a link there about what Minnesota's doing, and they're giving another $2,000 a year to people with food insecurity as really a health problem. So the food becomes a health problem. So it's in the healthcare budget, not in the food budget or whatever, or expenses and everything. And that's what, so we're getting smart, learning a little bit about what causes this stuff and what it means. And because if you don't feed them well now, you got a bigger expense later from these people. They get sicker, they get, whatever that happens, that. Okay, here's another great thing is that the government will sue your boss if they don't pay you overtime. Okay, a lot of employers do that, overtime, minimum wage, and stuff like that. Now here's a story I read is that they got $130,000 for one company to give to their employees. So they got back pay of thousands and thousands of dollars because the employer didn't follow the rules. Everybody likes to skimp on the wages, so they get more profit, and that's why it's a battle. But to me, you're doing this as a community, and it's not using talent, it's doing it together with talent, and they should share. So here's the 800 number you call if you feel that either somebody, your boss screwed you over on overtime, on minimum wage, on parental leave, sick leave, all those things about employees, okay? And they have cops, and they come out and sue the company for you and get your money. That's not good. Okay, here's the 800 number, 866, they ran out of 800, so 866, and then the number 4, and then U.S. wage. That's a pretty easy number to remember, right? 866-4, number 4, then U.S. wage, W-A-G-E. And I have the website down there too. Or here's the numbers for that, 866-487-9243. 866-487-9243. And call them, hey, what could you do? I think my boss is screwing me over, okay? And they'll, go to the switchboard and switch it, the whole thing. I mean, that's it. I mean, you want to find anything, it takes time. You don't have time? Okay, then you won't be able to solve it. You got to cut out some time and range your priorities, okay? And here's a new rent program in Colorado. This is interesting. They're going to start giving out rents to people who may be evicted. And it opens on March 15th and closes on March 21. See what I mean about how programs are coming and going because they have an initial problem and they don't, they can't, vote on money to solve this problem forever because they don't know it's going to be forever. So they say, okay, let's put this money together to solve it for now. Clara Carter asked for Holly and Michelle. Are you a member, Clara? I've gotten the mini grants list for Elba. I've gotten the mini grant and could find the links in one that I was able to pull up the grant closed for the state of Illinois. Yeah, no, people come and go, Clara. Go to the question corner. Or another way to get it too is you're also, if you're a member of Let's Go Help too, you're also a member of Let's Go Help on Facebook, okay? And I answer a lot of those too. So that's another one. Put your question on Facebook. And what is it you have, Clara, that you want to solve? I mean, let's say you want to solve bills and you're not making ends meet. You don't look for one program to apply to. You don't do that. Okay. Well, if you're still pending on the Facebook, then send an email to Magic Mary. Oh. Of course, I typed something and everything blew up in my face. Magic Mary, and email at letsgohelp@gmail.com. Okay. Yeah, and she could get you on because it may be that your email is different than we signed up or whatever. And to make sure you're at the right place, I guess you have if you said you tried to sign up on the group. But it's facebook.com/groups/letsgohelp. Okay, make sure there. And then if you're not in there, then we got to put you in individually, and that's not a problem. We just have to get it. Okay. Okay, where was I? Colorado. I mean, see, that's for 50. That's 6 days. It's open for. And Clara, what you want to do is, if you have the Let's Go mini grant report, look at number 3 on the Let's Go mini grant. Now, I'm going to assume that you may need help with just paying your bills, okay? And what you do is look at item number 3. On the first thing in that item is how to make an appointment with a free financial counselor. You hear that? Free financial counselor. That should be your first step to get a hold of this thing. And you want to do that. And if you're not a member, then go to HUD.gov and counseling. That's where one list is, okay? Now, you want to talk to them about possibilities and sources, okay? Then what you want to do is go down the list. Below that is a list of the more or less where to find grants for the main problems that you have, like rent. Well, here, then I tell you step by step who to contact. There's a national place to contact, then how to find the local places to contact. And then it may mean calling, 10, 20 organizations to see, okay? Because everybody won't be able to help you, but somebody will. And those people are the people to talk to. They're better than us because they know local programs. We could just show you where and who knows about those local programs. Then you have to follow up by talking to them. Then, or if it's mortgage, then we do the same thing for that. Then if it's utilities, then the same thing for that. So it's a step-by-step process, and we have that in item number 3, and if it's for starting a business, then you look at item number 5. And that takes you through this step by step. Hi, old man. Certainly am. Older than I thought I'd ever be. And that's it. Where did I say if I have been a victim of online investment scam? Well, start with your attorney general in your state attorney general's office, okay? And if you could Google find my AG, okay, and do that, and that's the best place. Now, another thing you can do is go to Find Help and put in legal, okay, and for your area you'll find legal people for free to help you with that, okay? Who else have some other questions? I think I finished it. Okay, don't forget, I'm going to put the links to all the programs I talked about, the Colorado Rent, the small business. Here's a new one. It's actually by, I think it's General Motors gives out this grant every couple months, and they have a new $10,000 grant to small businesses in Michigan. So that's it. I love you guys. Oh, good. I do too. So that's it. So all these programs, I don't know, I got 7, 8 new programs. I'll have the links and the descriptions in the description in YouTube, so you could get all the information there as soon as this is over. And that's what it's about. Okay, Clara. I hope we're able to help you, and don't forget. Keep going to the question corner, asking a question, okay? And also, don't forget, there's 2 nights a week that we have open. I think we have more than 2 nights a week where people do, the staff answers questions live. So you could join those. And if you got, it's on Let's Go Help too. Most of the stuff now is on Let's Go Help too. There were just too many scammers on Facebook that we couldn't handle. And that was it. Where to look for grants to start a tire recycling plant? Oh man, Pennsylvania wants to help the hell out of you. A good place to go if you're a member, or actually you could go here, is want to go to SBA.gov/local. Okay, now these are people that get free help. I mean, get paid already. You don't pay anybody I send you to, any links are all there to give you money or give you free services, okay? So never will anybody charge you. That's why you got to stay away from that Google, man. What about grant for cars? Yes. If you're a member, we got a nice report about all the nonprofits and other ways to get it. If you go to findhelp.org, where you live, and put in automobiles or cars, and you'll see what local is available there, okay? It's a little more complicated usually because it's different all over. There's some national, some local, and also another place for a car, particularly if you need it for working, is go to your careeronestop.org, because they try to solve problems like that. Man, how am I going to get to work? I need a car. So they have help. There's help with transportation like that. So that's what you want to know. You need help with transportation. So can someone send me some valid form of identity? No, I don't know. No, we don't do identification stuff. I don't know what you mean, Tony. You need something for so can someone send me some valid form of I don't know what mean. You need a valid form of identification, or we're a valid. I'm not asking you for any money. Anybody ask you more than $20, that's not me and somebody trying to rip you off, okay? And if that's it, this is not a scam. It's just my son needs to use it for a school project. I don't know what you mean by identification. Take a screenshot of me, I guess. I need someone else's ID. What do you mean you need someone else's ID? What am I? You want me to give you my driver's license? Is that what you want? Oh, that's nuts. I don't know. But if you have something like that, you don't know. I need someone else's ID. I need an emergency legal help, a place to live. Yeah, okay, Andrea, start. If you're not a member, then start by going to findhelp.org. Put in homeless, put in anything you want. And actually for the ID, stuff like that, let's see, I'm not sure what would be the best place, but I'd fish around driver's license. Yeah, but I'm not going to do that. Nobody is. Yeah. Now that's silly. Yeah. Sorry, Tony. No, I mean, there must be someone. Please use a photo of the form. Now you're getting really crazy. I'm sorry. Don't ask that from anybody, please. I mean, that's showing you're a scam artist, is to me, yeah. Well, you may say it is, but asking for information like that, everybody, churches help with IDs. Oh, that's good, Heather. Thank you. Yeah. So that's why maybe if you go to, yeah, but I think he wants somebody else's ID. That sounds even a little stranger, yeah. But yeah, fish around in, find help. Just start calling people out of the blue, the legal people or the financial services people. You know, that's maybe a HUD counselor. Go to HUD.gov/counseling. Call a local office and ask them about it. You need help with that. My son, Tony, anyone's crazy if they do that, as far as I'm concerned. And that's too big of an ask. You have to do this some way else, okay? I don't want to use it. Yeah, you may not, but once it goes on the internet, you don't know where the hell it's going. Yeah. Thank you, Anna. Your shirt is on. Thank you. Don't talk to Tony. Plus, say, I'm in Virginia. Where do I get help? Well, band that we. I need a random person. Well, not here, Tony. Okay, you're in Virginia and you're not a member, okay? There's a couple things you want to do. You want to go to findhelp.org and look for subject areas that you need help with, if it's housing, if it's education, if it's getting a job or whatever, and it shows you all the government offices and nonprofits that help in that area. If you're a member, then we have something called a 500 mini grant report for every state. And you can download your state and all the other states too and share it with people. We don't care. We want everybody in the world to know about this. I don't believe we should be in business doing this. I think the government should be, but they'll never get around to it. I've been waiting for them to do it for almost 50 years. And I ain't got much time left. What can I buy with $1? Didn't Snoopy have a sign, kisses for $1, or hug, some cartoon character? And there's a lot of dollar things for trial areas. And that's just to sucker you in to get your credit card. You're unique. I let people where I live know. Thank you. There's so many that need help. Absolutely. That's what frustrates me. That's what gets me up every day and try to give as much for free as I can to everybody. And Black Art Gallery, grants for Bident. Yes. Every state has an endowment for the arts in your state. And you want to contact them, and they most likely will have a list of all the other programs for artists in your state. Now, we have a bunch of lists too, so if you remember, you could ask us for our list. Yeah, Tony, quit asking for that, okay? Because that is, it's dumb in today's environment for anybody to give anybody else that information. So you're only going to get it from somebody that is not aware of what our current environment is. So I'm going to have to cut you off, Tony. And that's, let's see, typo. I meant member, stupid fingers. Oh, I know, I have the same set. You know what I also noticed? I have a hole in the back of my head when I try to remember something, and it just falls out in the back. And then after I finish a seminar like this, I'll look back and I'll see all those words I forgot on the floor. And that's good. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you so much, everybody out there. And I just appreciate you so much. You just help, you grow my heart every time that it opens up, and I try to, it opens, somehow my heart opens up if I'm trying to help you and feel your pain in some way. And that's a nice gift you give me. You make me feel more alive than anything else, yeah? And that's why I'm gonna do this until I die. This very good look at one. Now he's flirting. He'll try anything. Darren, thank you. I just feel so fortunate. I never thought I'd be an 80-year-old person doing this. Where I grew up, you retired at 60 and played golf for the rest of your life. Shit. That sounds like dying early. Why would you want to retire and do something you're not good at? Get good at something. You can do it for the rest of your life. I'm happier than ever. I feel more affection from people than I've ever thought. Well, I guess my heart is open to it now more than it's ever been. And as a guy growing up in my generation, you're always very closed. And man, it's just a wonderful life. It's still shitty out there, and you get beat up. So that's why if you could find a little corner that you're giving as much as you can, then that eliminates some of the pain that we all have to suffer through. But thank you so much. Thank you for giving me a chance to love more people than I've ever loved in my whole life. And I just want to do more of that, and I'll help everybody as much as I can till the end of this thing. So I love being here so much. I love you guys being here, because without that, I'm nothing. Okay? Thank you so much.